Right here?
Yep, have a seat.
Okay. Hello.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Absolutely. My first name is Flor Elena Obregon Castañeda. That's my full name. And date of birth, you said?
Yes, please.
Okay. And 4/21/97.
All right, so we're going to good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Renee Garza at the Pima County Justice Court. This is related to a charge of domestic violence disorderly conduct from December of 2024. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're being held on a separate matter. Yeah, a separate matter that's not before me today. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to honor the bond that's requested in the warrant of $500, cash or secured. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. His name is going to be Christian Salter, and his contact information will be in the order you receive. And I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 14th at 1 p.m. Okay? So if you're still in custody, you'll be seen by Judge Steele, either by video or they may transport you. But that's all I have for you this morning. You're excused. Thank you.
Okay. I did not understand it all. But
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Cameron Brady Shaw.
All right, Mr. Shaw. I believe you're back with us because of a warrant that was issued by the Santa Cruz County Justice Court. Let me just take a look at something real quick. Okay. Mr. Shaw, I'm going to reset another review hearing for you on August the 12th at 9 a.m. Hopefully by then, Santa Cruz County will have elected to do something with your case. But from now, I'm just going to reset your case so that we have another date in the future where we can take another look at your case. All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused. I'm sorry. Yes. Did I not? Yes. $800. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. My name is Hugh Anthony Coughlin. DOB is 22558.
All right. All right, Mr. Goglin, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here on a few different matters, a couple of cases out of the Pima County Justice Court, and one case out of the Tucson City Court. Remind you on all these matters, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On the Justice Court matter, so these both relate to warrants that were issued for your arrest by Judge Renee Garza of the Pima County Justice Court. One is for driving on a suspended license, alleged to have occurred, there's a bit of a typo here, in 2021, and the other is driving under the influence from December 23rd, 2021. And the other is based on a petition to revoke probation, or a warrant rather, that was issued by the Tucson City Court Judge Jeffrey Clotes, and a petition to revoke probation for a prior DUI conviction. And that was from January 2021. So on all of these matters, so on the city court matter, I'm going to impose the bond that was ordered in the warrant. And that bond is $250, and that'll be either cash or secured. I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 22nd at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw. In both cases, if you do post a bond, in this case, if you do post a bond, I'm going to order some conditions, particularly that you not drive without a valid license or that you possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm likewise going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And on the Justice Court matters, I'm going to appoint another attorney to represent you on both of those cases. It's going to be Miss Anna Dennis. Her phone number is going to be in the order that you receive, the paperwork you receive from this case. I'm going to enforce the bonds on both warrants of $200. And likewise, I'm going to order that if you do post a bond and are released, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not drive without a valid license. And in both of those cases, I'm going to set a bit of a quicker hearing, and that'll be on July 14th at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Victoria Steele. So if you're still in custody at that time, you'll be seen by video. If you post a bond and are released, you need to make sure and be at the Pima County Justice Court in downtown Tucson on the 14th at 1 p.m. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest. Do you understand that, sir?
I understand it, sir, Your Honor, but that's a lot of information. I have nothing to write notes with, so I will not be able to remember all those details.
Not a problem, sir. So you're going to get paperwork, copies of the paperwork that I just filled out. It'll have the dates and times and locations for all of your hearings. Big thing to remember is If you are still in custody, you're going to be seen by video the same way you're seeing me right now. If you post a bond and are released, you need to contact your attorneys and absolutely make sure you are at the courts, whether it's the justice court or the city court, on the day of your hearing at the time. Otherwise, you could end up right back in custody.
I understand that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Then that's all I have for you, sir. You're excused. Thank you.
Okay, will that paperwork be given to me today? Do you know?
Yes, you'll receive copies of the paperwork.
Okay, thank you. Am I dismissed?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
And then you think I put that out? Yeah.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Morning, sir. It's Cameron McQuaid Squires. It's 11/22/93.
All right, Ms. Squires. You're being seen here this morning based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Raymond Carroll of the Green Valley Justice Court. These relate to charges of assault and possession of marijuana. This is from 2018. And let me just check. Believe you're being held on anything else? Nope. All right. So, Mr. Squires, I'm going to set a hearing for you so you can actually talk about this this warrant, these charges on July 17th at 8:30 in the morning. Now, if I release you, can you promise you will attend your hearing on the 17th at the Green Valley
Yes,
Justice Court?
yes, sir. I have so I live all the way out in Arivaca, and I was wondering, can we do a video or a phone court? Because I don't have a ride to get up here, and it's just a really far distance, and I don't.
Unfortunately, sir, I don't control the Green Valley Justice Court. That'd be up to the Justice of the Peace who presides in that.
Okay.
Certainly call, but right now, if I release you, you have to be show up in person at the court unless told otherwise by the court. You understand
Okay.
that?
Yes, sir.
So I'll release you on promise you'll appear, and I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you have no contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. And that's all I've got for you, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you. Have a good morning.
The rulers. Hey. Hey. Hey, look. Yeah, somebody said, that cooperative. Your Honor, this is the jail here. I just wanted to advise the court that your rulers, Cody, won't be able to make it today. He was uncooperative with staff.
Okay. Then we'll set him aside. I'll reset him for this this evening.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Alexander Aguilar Serrano, September 18, 1990.
Mr. Serrano, this is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning on two charges. Misdemeanor charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and criminal trespass in the third degree. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney that may be appointed to you by the court based on your circumstances, but you nevertheless have the right to obtain one at your own expense. On these charges, sir, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty and set a hearing for you on August the 14th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. That's going to be at the Tucson City Court. Now, if I release you, sir, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing on the 14th?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Your Honor, he does have a superior court hold.
Oh, my apologies. Oh. Oh, actually, I had that noted. Apologies, I had that noted on the paperwork and I didn't even read my own writing. I'm sorry, so your hearing's going to be on September 5th. I'm not going to hold you on the case, so if you are released, I will make it a non-transport hearing. I'm also going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. So last thing, sir, again, you are presumed innocent of these charges. I am entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf. You do have the right to attend any hearing that's held in this case, and to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent. The burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and they could proceed in your absence to include that trial. And if you are found guilty at that trial and unable to be sentenced within 90 days of being found guilty, you could lose your right to appeal the conviction. You understand all that? I'm not sure if that's a nod or he's just nodding off.
I understand.
Great. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Encinas.
Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Christopher Rene Encinas, October 20th, 1993.
All right. Encinas, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court. And this relates to charges of domestic violence and disorderly conduct. A petition to revoke your probation for charges of domestic violence and disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter denials on your behalf to these charges, and I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to set this for a hearing in front of Judge Million. Let me just make sure you're not being held on something. Nope. All right, sir. So I'm going to set a hearing for you as I said, on August 18th at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Millian at the Tucson City Court. Remind you, sir, if you do fail to appear at that hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. You can end up right back in custody, and you may be held in custody pending successful completion of a hearing. Do you understand that?
Sounds good, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Valdez, I'll see you with our check.
I haven't filled out the paperwork on that yet. Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jacob Ray Valdez, 42083.
All right, Mr. Valdez, you're seen here today on a few different cases. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Give me 1 second, actually. I need to. Were these?
They were all one court.
Working? Ah, there it is. Uh-huh. All right, let's see. You have approximately 16 cases. One of them is brand new, so we'll talk about that one a little bit more in depth, but the rest are warrants out of the city courts, and they're on charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, shoplifting, possession of drug paraphernalia, theft of property, and so on. So, on your new charge, I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and set the matter for a hearing on July 22nd at 1:45 in the afternoon. And all of your hearings will take place on that day. Given the number of the charges, the number of the cases, sir, I am going to impose a bond to make sure that you do come to court. That bond will be $1,000, cash or secured. And I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you.
Yeah.
On all of these charges, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court, or I'm sorry, changed by the court. Right now, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office. That may change. You are presumed innocent, and like I said, I am entering pleas of not guilty on the new charges on your behalf. You have the right to attend the hearing I set for you, and all hearings that are set for you in this case in trial. However, in any hearings, including that trial, they may proceed in your absence. A warrant could issue for your arrest. And if you are convicted and unable to be sentenced within 90 days of that trial because you were voluntarily absent, then you may lose your right to appeal the case. you understand all that, sir?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I do.
And that's all I have for you, sir. You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
You duplicate the markings on them. I didn't want to. Same date, same everything.
That's it. I'm not assuming that.
Spanish. Do you have the Spanish interpreter on?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Morning. And Jill, while we're waiting, besides Mr. Velasquez, do we have any other Spanish interpreter? I'm not Spanish interpreter case.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, great. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Muy buenos días, le dice el juez. ¿Me puede dar su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento?
Alejandro Araujo Velázquez,
¿Su fecha de nacimiento?
27 de octubre del 97.
My name is Alejandro Araujo Velázquez. I was born on October 27th of 1997.
Thank you, Mr. Velasquez. You're being seen here today based on a charge of possession of a narcotic drug for sale.
Bueno, señor, el día de hoy, muchas gracias por decirme su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento. El día de hoy está compareciendo usted porque tiene una acusación de posesión de una droga, de un narcótico para ser vendido.
You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer callado. Todo lo que diga puede y será utilizado en su contra.
You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Usted también tiene derecho a ser representado por un abogado y le voy a asignar al defensor público del condado de Pima para que lo represente.
The attorney seated right next to you is going to be helping you throughout this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them first, okay?
Bueno, y para el propósito de esta audiencia, usted tiene un abogado sentado enseguida de usted. Por si usted tiene alguna pregunta para él se la puede hacer.
All right, I've taken a look at the pretrial services report.
Y estaba viendo el informe de la agencia.
Just know Mr. Velasquez was rated a 1 and 1 on the NCAA scales.
Y estaba viendo que el señor Velázquez salió 1 de 1 en la escala de NCAA,
Didn't have any criminal history noted.
y no tiene antecedentes penales.
Community ties couldn't be verified, and there does appear to be an immigration customs enforcement hold.
Bueno, parece que no pudieron verificar que el señor tiene vínculos con la comunidad y parece que sí tiene una orden de arresto de la agencia de inmigración.
County Attorney's Office recommended $75,000 cash bond.
Your Honor, could you repeat the amount of the bond?
$75,000.
Okay. El juez está pidiendo que verifique el fiscal que están recomendando una fianza de $75,000.
Anything to add from the state?
Yes, Judge. Sorry, I was giving the interpreter an opportunity to translate that. The state is requesting a $75,000 bond. I note the court made reference to the scales and that he's a 1 on each of them and lacks a history.
Bueno, dice el juez, ¿tiene algo que agregar el fiscal? Y dice el fiscal que sí. Dice, nosotros recomendamos una fianza de $75,000, aunque el juez ya mencionó que el señor salió 1 de 1 en la escala y que no tiene antecedentes penales, más sin embargo, go ahead.
However, much of that, I believe, is because he's not a legal resident of the United States.
Y creo que se debe a que no tiene antecedentes penales porque él no es ciudadano de los Estados Unidos.
He had a very large sales amount of cocaine. The interim complaint referenced a 1/4 of a pound, which by my quick search is over 100 grams.
Bueno, y pues nosotros estamos pidiendo este tipo de fianza tan alta por la cantidad de cocaína que se estaba tratando. Nosotros tenemos aquí que era como 1 libra, pero vale como $100,000.
While the court referenced police hold, I don't believe that that is an enforceable local hold, at least according to what I've heard. So I'm asking the court to disregard that and consider the case on its merits and impose a $75,000 bond.
Dice el fiscal, aunque usted mencionó que sí tiene una orden de arresto de ICE, no creo que se pueda llevar a cabo y cumplir esa orden. Entonces yo le pediría que desestimara esa orden de migración y que tratara el caso que tenemos ante nosotros por los méritos del caso y que se le fije la fianza en $75,000 al señor.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Es todo lo que tengo que agregar. Gracias, su señoría.
And defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí. Y dice el juez que si quiere hablar el abogado defensor y dice que sí, va a hablar el abogado defensor.
Given the factors that the court has noted, that his lack of criminal history, and the fact that he reports that he is employed, we'd ask for a nominal bond, given the ICE hold as well, that he will not be able to be released and he will be transferred to ICE.
Thank you.
Bueno, dado los factores que usted acaba de mencionar, de que no tiene antecedentes penales y que sí tiene un empleo, solicitamos que se le reduzca la fianza o una fianza más manejable. Y sí reconocemos que tiene una orden de arresto de la agencia de ICE, aunque el señor, pues si es liberado de aquí, muy probablemente será transferido y quedado bajo la custodia de ICE.
Thank you. Mr. Velasquez, I am going to hold you on a $7,500 cash bond.
Your Honor, did you say 7,500?
Yeah, 7,500.
Thank you. Sí, señor, lo voy a dejar a usted detenido y le voy a fijar una fianza de 7,500.
In order that if you do post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services.
Y si usted deposita la fianza y sale libre, entonces va a quedar bajo la supervisión de la agencia previa al juicio.
However, if you do post that bond, there's a chance you will be released to the custody of Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Pero cabe la posibilidad que si usted deposita la fianza y sale de la cárcel, va a quedar bajo la custodia de la agencia de aduanas y emigración.
I'm going to set the preliminary hearing date for July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Voy a fijar una audiencia preliminar para el 22 de julio a la 1:30 de la tarde.
And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Y es todo lo que tengo para usted el día de hoy, señor. Se puede retirar. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. These are for, the gentleman who refused. Yeah, I didn't fill anything out.
Can you just sign it?
You need me to sign it, or do you want to just save it for the next? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it has my name in it. I'm sorry.
I'll just cross it out and save it.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jorge Luis Almazan, 61585.
All right. Mr. Almas, is Almason?
Yes.
All right, sir. This time, sir, for your initial appearance, you're being seen here today on a couple of different cases. The first we're going to talk about relates to a charge of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And the second is a case out of the Tucson City Court for misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia and failing to obey police officers. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on the felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And on the city matter, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Taking a look at the pretrial services report, do note there is a DOC hold. Jail, can you confirm that, please? Thank you. He is registered 5 and 6 on the NCFTA scales and is STEPS eligible. County Attorney's Office recommendation is $1,000 for time credit and STEPS court evaluation. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir. Defense?
Your Honor, we'd agree with the $1,000 bond for time credit purposes.
Okay. And how about STEPS? Is your client
Yes.
interested in being screened for theft?
Yes.
All right. Then, Mr. Adamazan, I'm going to impose a bond of $1,000 cash secured so that you can receive time credit for your case. I'm going to set a hearing for you on July 21st at 9 a.m. That's to be evaluated for the STEPS court. And just in case that hearing doesn't go forward or, doesn't end with you being admitted to the program, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. Unfortunately, you will, if you do post a bond, you're still going to be held due to the hold from the Department of Corrections. On the city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you for September 5th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Verena. Hopefully by then your other cases will be resolved. But just in case they aren't, you can, your attorneys may appear on your behalf at that hearing. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you. Stephen Pitt.
On that one, yes. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
LaFerge Lachey Boudreaux, 7/12/87.
All right. Drew, you're being seen here today on two different cases. The first relates to charges of felony aggravated assault on a peace officer without injury. And the second is a misdemeanor case out of the Tucson City Court related to charges of assault, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And in the felony case, I'm going to appoint, the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And in your misdemeanor case, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office. So you have two different attorneys working on your behalf for the cases. On the felony case, there's no other holds or statuses, warrants noted. Mr. Boudreau was rated a 1 and a 1 on the NCFTA scales. Unfortunately couldn't verify any local connections and or employment or housing. But there was no felony criminal history noted, and no other criminal history other than the city court case I referenced. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $25,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. In defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Given the factors that the court mentioned, also Ms. Boudreau is a lifelong Tucson resident. We'd ask for release of pretrial services. And she reports that she is employed full-time as a caregiver according to pretrial services.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to impose a $2,000 cash secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if the bond is posted. Mr. Boudreau, I'm going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victims in this case, to include going to where they work or live. I will order that you surrender any firearms or weapons that you have in your possession to law enforcement, and that you not possess any firearms or weapons during the pendency of this case until told otherwise. I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that pretrial services directs for you. And I'm going to set your preliminary hearing for July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. In your city court case, I'm going to set a hearing for you on September 5th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Bond. And like I said, appoint the city public defender's office to represent you in that matter. I'll let them know that you are being held on a felony. The same conditions will apply in your city court case. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Daniela Magdalena Herbert. 2589.
Ms. Herbert. You're being seen here today on a few different things. Let's go through them. First, a felony complaint of possession of a dangerous drug. Second is a charge of assault, misdemeanor assault out of the Pima County Justice Court. And third are uh, 10 cases from the Tucson City Court, warrants, I should say, out of the Tucson City Court for charges of criminal trespass in the first degree, criminal trespass in the third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, several repeated charges of the same nature. Remind you, do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony case, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. On the city court cases, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And I'll likewise appoint an attorney for you in the justice court case. Other than the several additional cases, Ms. Herber was rated as a 4 and a 6 on the NCFTA scales. Was noted that she is step averse and eligible, and there was no felony criminal history noted. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $1,000 bond for time credit. Anything else out from the state?
Judge, I made that recommendation assuming the court will hold her on her 10 misdemeanor city court warrants. Normally, I wouldn't recommend a bond on simple drug possession, but given her history of coming to court, I assume the court will hold her on the misdemeanors.
Thank you. And defense, just so you're aware, while you're not representing necessarily this depending on this matter, it is my intention to impose the bonds in the 10 city court cases. So to the extent that it affects your recommendation or argument, please feel free to make any additional comment.
Yes, Your Honor. Given the fact that the court is inclined to hold Ms. Herbert on the misdemeanors, that we ask for a bond for time credit purposes as well.
And steps court evaluation, is your client interested in being evaluated?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. Herbert, in your felony case, I'm going to impose a bond of $1,000 cash or secured so that you can receive time credit. I'm going to order that if you do post the bond and are released, that you submit to monitoring and treatment by pretrial services. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to set 2 hearings for you. The first is going to be a steps court hearing on July 21st at 9 a.m. So you can hopefully be evaluated for admission to the program, so you can perhaps get your case disposed of in a alternate manner. And in case that doesn't happen, I'm going to set another hearing for you on July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the justice court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you a little bit sooner. That'll be on July 14th at 1 p.m. And the attorney I'm appointing to you, for you in that case is Mr. Christian Salter. His phone number will be in the minute entry you'll receive at the end of this case. Likewise, I'm going to impose a bond of $500 cash or secured so that you can receive time credit if that's appropriate. And on the city court cases, I'm going to impose another bond, $750 cash or secured, and set a video review hearing for you in front of Judge Ryan Blue on July 23rd at 1:45 in the afternoon. If you are released, then the same conditions are going to apply. That you not return to wherever any of these incidents of criminal trespass are alleged to have occurred, and that you not have any contact with any alleged victims, and that you not possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, so Ms. Herbert, that's all I have for you. Please make sure and keep in contact with all your attorneys. You're gonna have 3 different folks representing you, so you should be in good hands. But please make sure and keep in touch with them. And if you are released, do not miss any of your court dates. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Martinez.
Oh, in the top box, I did check felony. I did check, yeah, felony hold county justice court hold. right, good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Susan Martinez, 12/9/92.
All right. All right, Ms. Martinez, good morning. This is the time step for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on two different felony complaints. One relates to a charge of possession of dangerous drug for sale, possession of a narcotic drug for sale, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The other relates to a charge of aggravated assault on a peace officer. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay? Pretrial services noted, I believe there is a separate steps court hearing case where Ms. Martinez is on release to pretrial services. She was rated a 4 and 4 on the NCFTA scales. There's no victim input from the aggravated assault case, but community ties couldn't be verified through a reference, unfortunately. And there does appear to be a couple of prior felony convictions. County Attorney's Office recommendation on both matters is $30,000 bond. Anything to add from the state?
Judge, I'm going to amend my recommendation. Given her on release status, I'm going to ask that the court hold her without bond instead of no bond hearing, please.
Yes, she's saying.
Defense?
Given the county attorney's recommendation, we'd ask for no bond hearing to be sued.
All right, then, Ms. Martinez, given the nature of your status and your cases, the county attorney is authorized to request you be held without bond. I'm going to honor that request and set a no bond hearing for you on July 17th at 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm likewise going to set a preliminary hearing for July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. So you're going to be held for now. Please make sure and communicate with your attorney so that you can prepare for your hearings and keep up to date on the next steps, okay? And that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused.
Montano.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Clarissa Montano,
And your date of birth?
7/14/1996.
All right, Ms. Montano. Good morning. You're being seen here on a couple of different cases. The first is a felony complaint of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. The second is a misdemeanor case out of the Tucson City Court related to domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You have a right to an attorney, and in the present hearing, you're going to be assisted by the attorney seated right next to you. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Taking a look, the county attorney's office is moving to dismiss without prejudice. Is that correct?
On the felony matter, yes, Judge.
Yes, I'm sorry, just to clarify on the felony matter, motion to dismiss without prejudice. Defense, any comment?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mrs. Montano. The county attorney's office is going to move to dismiss your felony matter, the narcotic drug paraphernalia case, without prejudice. I'm going to grant that motion. And that means the case is going to go away for now. It may be refiled. So please keep an eye out on your mailbox just in case something gets mailed to you. On the city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 13th at 10 a.m. in front of Judge Hale at the city court. I'll release you on promise you will appear at that hearing and that you can promise you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and that you will not have any contact with the victims in this case, to include going to where they work or reside. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
You promise you'll appear at that hearing and abide by those conditions?
Yes.
Then I'll release you on that promise. Also, to let you know, you are presumed innocent, and I'm entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Again, you do have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. An attorney may be appointed to you by the court, or you may obtain one at your own expense. You have a right and an obligation to attend all the hearings in this case, to include any trial that occurs. At a trial, you would be presumed innocent, and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend a hearing, then you could accrue additional charges, and they could go forward in your absence. Which means if you are found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced, then you may lose your right to appeal that conviction. So, bottom line, please make sure you're attending all your hearings. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You're excused.
Okay.
I don't know.
Good morning.
Francisco Moreno, 72886.
Mr. Moreno, you're being seen here today on two cases. First is a felony charge of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of a narcotics drug. And the second is a misdemeanor citation for driving under the influence. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can't be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. The individual seated next to you is going to be representing you for the purpose of this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. On the felony matter, state's motion to dismiss without prejudice. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
And defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, so Mr. Moreno, the county attorney's office is asking to dismiss your case without prejudice. I'm going to grant that request. So that case will be going away for now. They may refile it if they so choose. If they do, you may receive something in the mail. So please make sure and monitor your mailbox and follow any instructions that you receive from the court or county attorney's office. On your city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on August 19th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Bond at the Tucson City Court. And I will release you on promise that you'll appear at that hearing, and that you'll promise that you will not drive without a valid license, that you will not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Oh, And there was no victim in this case. Can you do that, sir?
Yes.
I'm likewise going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you in that matter. And I'll advise you that you are presumed innocent of these charges, and I'm entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Also need to advise you that you have a right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings, to include a trial, they may go forward in your absence, and you may also receive additional charges. Additionally, if you are unable to be sentenced within 90 days of your absence, you may lose the right to appeal any conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
So bottom line, sir, please make sure and attend your hearings, otherwise bad stuff could happen. That's all I
Thank
have,
you.
please, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Yes.
Hi there. Okay.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Frank R. Nunez Jr.
And your date of birth, sir?
2/12/49.
All right, sir. You're being seen here today based on charges of misdemeanor driving under the influence, felony endangerment, and felony criminal damage. And I think that's all I'm seeing here today for. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them first. Take a look at pretrial services reports, as well as county attorney's office recommendation for pretrial services release. Anything to add from the state?
No, Judge, I didn't see a pretrial services report, so if there's something the court sees in there that would alter my recommendation, but other than that, I recommend pretrial services.
Well, so just so you're aware, there are no other pending holds or statuses. Mr. Nunez was rated a 1 and 1 on the NCAA FTA scales. Both, community ties couldn't be verified through an independent reference, but Mr. Nunez didn't have any felony or misdemeanor criminal history. So I am inclined to agree with pretrial services release. Defense, any comment?
No, Your Honor, we agree with release of pretrial services.
And I'm sorry, state want to change recommendation?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Then I will release you, Mr. Nunez, to pretrial services and order that you submit any monitoring or treatment that they direct. So if they tell you to do something, you need to do it. I'm also going to order that you not drive without a valid license or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to set a hearing for you on August the 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Pima County Justice Court. So, sir, you're going to be released. You need to contact pretrial services as soon as you are out, as well as your attorneys, and stay in contact with both so you can keep up to date on the status of your case. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you.
You too.
Parsons.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Eric Ashton Parsons, 11-13-01.
Mr. Parsons, you're being seen here today on a single charge of possession of a narcotic drug. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them first. Oh, and I'm sorry, you're also here on a separate matter at the Tucson City Court related to a charge of shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia. On the felony matter, County Attorney's Office recommendation was pretrial services. Just in case you weren't able to see the pretrial services report scans, Mr. Parsons was rated a 4 and 5 on the NCAA scales. Didn't have any other pending matters other than the misdemeanor I referenced. He always noted his steps diversion eligible and did have verified community ties, as well as no felony criminal history. So anything to add on the state's recommendation?
No, thank you, Judge. And I got the pretrial services reports for everyone else except for Mr. Nunez, the last guy. But thank you.
Okay, thanks. Defense, I'm inclined to release Ms. Parsons to pretrial services. Any?
Your Honor, my apologies. We agree with that. We'd like a steps hearing as well.
Okay, and willing to waive time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, then, Ms. Parsons, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, and I'm going to set 2 hearings for you. The first is going to be on July 21st at 9 a.m. That hearing is to screen you for the STEPS program to hopefully resolve your case in an alternate manner. And just in case that hearing doesn't end successfully, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for you on August 26th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that pretrial services directs, to include not possessing or consuming any alcohol or illegal drugs. On your city court matter, I'm going to likewise release you on promise that you'll appear at a hearing in front of Judge Maldonado on August the 25th at 9 a.m. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right. Then you're released later today, sir. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorney. Stay in contact with them so you're up to date on your case. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Reeves.
There's no hearing.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
James Richard Reeves, 10-168.
All right, Mr. Reeves, you're being seen here today based on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotics drug, possession of a dangerous drug for sale, possession of a narcotics drug for sale, and possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, NCAA, FTA scale. I'm sorry, there was no other holds or statuses. Mr. Reeves has noted 4 and a 3 on the NCAA, FTA scales. No community ties can be verified, and there were 5 prior felony convictions. Most recent one, sentence ended back this past April. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $75,000 cash bond. Anything to add from the state?
Judge, the court noted some of my concerns. He has a lengthy criminal history, including a very recent prior for drug sales or drug transportation. multiple probation and parole violations and revocations in his past. And here he had a large amount of drugs. So I'm asking the court to impose a $75,000 cash bond, given the amount of drugs here, his history, and the state's concern for the safety of the community.
Fuck.
And defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd ask for a reduction in bond, given that Mr. Reeves would be unable to pay any $75,000.
Thank you very much. But you haven't agreed with the state's concerns. I am going to impose a $75,000 cash bond and set a preliminary hearing for July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. If bond is posted, I'll order pretrial services, supervision, and no alcohol or illegal drugs be consumed. All right, that's all I have for sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Person.
Sorry? Yeah.
Good morning. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Rita Sanchez Castro, 2906.
I'm Sanchez Castro. You're being seen here today on charges of aggravated assault on a peace officer. Okay. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And the attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay? Pretrial services had noted 5 and a 5 for Ms. Sanchez Castro. No other holds or statuses were noted. Community ties noted. And also there was no felony or juvenile criminal history noted. County Attorney's Office is recommending pretrial services released. Anything to add from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, thank you. Defense, given your client's age and the other factors I just mentioned, I am inclined to release your pretrial services. Any comment?
Nothing further.
All right. Then, Ms. Sanchez Castro, I will order you released to the supervision of pretrial services and release you again to their monitoring and supervision. I'm going to set a hearing for you on August the 1st at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm also going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victims in this case, and that you not go to where they work or live. Similarly, I'm going to order that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused.
Yeah.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. It's Jimmy Lee Still, October 1st, 1994.
Thank you, Mr. Still. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning on a charge of aggravated DUI. Alleged to have occurred yesterday. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to assist you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay? Pretrial services noted there So still maybe on federal probation, but doesn't have any holds at the moment. Was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCAFTA scales. Community ties couldn't be verified through a reference, and there does appear to be notations of 2 prior felony convictions, earliest being 2017, the most recent in 2022, with the sentence ending in 2023. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $20,000 bond. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, thank you. In defense?
Your Honor, given that these are nonviolent charges and Mr. Still reports that he is employed full-time, we'd ask for release to pretrial services.
Given that Mr. Stills appears to be on probation, I am a bit concerned that a probation revocation petition may be forthcoming, or at least hasn't been filed just yet. I will impose a $2,500 cash bond and order that Mr. Still, if the bond is posted, that you be released to pretrial services supervision. And I'm also going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not drive without a valid license. I'm going to set your preliminary hearing for July 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
You're welcome. And Your Honor, this is the jail. Suarez Carlos will not be present today because he was also uncooperative with SAT.
Okay, then we'll continue him to this evening. And hopefully he decides to join us. All right, then I don't believe we have anything else on the calendar. Is that right?
That's all.
Right, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much.